It is Wednesday night, and it's time for Super Geeked Up!
Hey!
What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff. Welcome to Super Geeked Up. Thank you very much for joining us. This is your live, weekly, geeky pop culture show. We talk zany, geeky topics, play fun, geek-themed improv games. I'm joined once again by our special guest co-host, Blair Beveridge from WhoPod.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for being back, Blair. And we have two very special guests with us. They're going to talk about their new project, Fictional Fares. It is Paula Rhodes and Omar Najam.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, thank you for joining us.
We're thrilled to be here.
All right, awesome. All right, so we're going to geek out with Paula and Omar. A little later in the show, we're going to hear more all about Fictional Fares and how you guys can support it and check it out. But we like to kick things off with our geek tweet of the week, which Blair is about to read you. And remember, folks, if you're in the live chat, we want to hear your answers. And we can also tweet us at Super Geeked Up. I already see Lister's Mate and Bro Ties are in the chat. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. Appreciate it. All right, Blair.
All right. Our geek tweet of the week is: what character from literature or fairy tales would you like to be your ride-sharing driver? So your Uber driver, your Lyft driver, whatever. Yeah. Your ride-sharing driver.
And this is related to the show they're going to talk about later, folks. So that's why we asked this question. Before we get their answers, actually, let me just share. This has nothing to do with the question, but before we started, Bro Ties in the chat says, I've started a list of anime so I can hibernate over the summer, and so far I have 5 screenshots worth. Well, anime's great, so I approve of that.
I hibernate in the winter. I don't know.
Yeah,
summer's
hibernating in the summer's interesting, though. Maybe he lives in a really hot area.
Right, or they don't like tanning. Right. You have really nice skin. Yeah.
If anime is involved, then that hibernation is allowed any time of the year, I would suppose, right?
Or maybe they recently moved to Australia.
True.
Yeah, it's just...
Do they call summer, or do they flip the seasons in Australia? Like, are they calling it summer now? You would know this, Omar, I would presume.
We had summer now.
Yeah. I went in summer.
They call it summer, it's just reversed of us.
Yeah, they call it summer. Yeah. Summer's still the hot months, but it's different months.
Right.
Yeah.
Flair, I'm sorry. I find that question amusing for some reason.
I gotta add stupidity every time I'm on the show.
I went there to get that answer. I just flew there. I checked in. What time of year is it? Summer. Great. Thank you so much. Yeah. Wonderful country continent.
Time to go 16 hours back. On
Very cute koalas. Thumbs up on the
lovely. I'm gonna go watch Inception. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't know.
I love Inception. That's a good choice.
I want to get
in the chat. Hang on. Let me share a couple of chat things before we will answer this question, folks. Bro Ties also says, you guys are going to be taking superhero names from the chat again because I have a few more. Yes, last week we took ridiculous superhero and villain names. Not this week, but we will always need that in the future. So keep those.
Indeed. You file that away. That's useful information.
Absolutely. File it away with your anime list. Yeah. And Lister's Mate says, Rachel, he says, Rachel Marshall, that's actually one of our new viewers. Hey, Rachel, she's awesome. She says, Rachel Marshall just said she's watching while on a treadmill. Well, that's a good time to watch our show.
Awesome.
Getting fit
I am
and
not
geeking out.
Yeah. On a treadmill.
This is my off night.
That's probably not so good for a guest.
Can it count that she's working out for me? Can she take my workout credits and it counts?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
good.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
It's like someone giving blood for
calories.
you.
Yeah.
She'll send them to you in a tweet later. That's how that works.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
friend burn. Yeah.
Rachel, tweet us how many calories. Rachel, tweet us how many calories
That's
you
a
burned
good app right there. They're sitting there watching TV or reading, and they're like, dude, just ran around the block. Thank you. Click.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I look great in this swimsuit. Yeah.
In the chat, Lanier, that's our good buddy Ryan there, says, I think he's talking about Australia. He says, watch out for the drop bears. What's a drop bear?
Yeah. Not a joke. I don't want to get into it.
Okay. Let's not. Okay. I guess they're not like
Australia's mainly insane constructions of nature.
Most of them want to kill you. Most of Australia is natural.
Yeah,
that's true. You're
right.
It's very dangerous.
Like spiders and the people know, but everything else, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whereas in California,
people are great now. It's generations ago when they were all prisoners that they were a little rougher, but now they're totally great. It's all everything else. Everything else is death driven.
Well, it's all right. We got a lot more Australian fans, I'm sure, than that. It's great.
I love Australia.
All right, so Bro Ties does have kind of an answer now to our question. He says, I'd love to have a Transformer as an Uber.
Ooh, I got a question, though.
Ooh.
Autobot or Decepticon, sir?
That is good.
But,
good question.
Wait a minute. What if they transform and you're still riding? Like, does that squish you?
I think the second movie proved that Shia LaBeouf
I'm
can
sorry.
get caught by
Are we
Optimus.
saying that the Michael Bay films are somehow canon?
Yeah, let's not do that.
There.
Let's not do that at all. Let's say the original cartoon.
My husband was in the first Transformers film, and we shouldn't.
He wishes he wasn't? Is that what you're telling me?
No. The residuals, we're happy he was. But yes, it was, I don't know that those are. Anywho.
Okay. No, I'm with you. I'm all about the 80s cartoon, yeah.
In the last Orson Welles film, I believe also children could get scooped up in the Transformers as they turned into cars. If I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I have never.
Orson Welles' last film,
amazing.
Transformers.
He did Transformers?
Orson Welles did Transformers?
Is his last film?
That was his last performance.
This is like...
He went out big.
He went out big.
Who did he play? Do you know?
Oh God, I do, but I forgot the name.
On the chat, look it up, viewers. Yeah. Look it up, viewers. Let's do it. It'd be great if he was like Starscream, who had that really whiny voice, nasally voice. He did that.
Rodimus Prime or whatever. We did have a couple of write-ins though on this question a little bit earlier today. Carlos Ramirez gave us the name Watson, Sherlock's faithful sidekick.
That's good.
Okay, all right.
Great answer. And our friend Lisa Borsetti gave us the Beast from Beauty and the Beast because reasons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great choice, I think she has a little bit of a flame.
She might have so.
She always has a flame for either alien or like non-human characters, so that makes sense actually.
Okay.
Yeah. In the chat. Go ahead. Yes, Paula. No, you go.
Are we giving away who we would choose
or
would like?
Go for it, please.
I think these guys might be aiming a little low. I mean, guys, think. What is your maximum gain out of this ride? I would go like Genie from Arabian Nights or something, any of the two, because then you like kind of capture them in a sense, right? And then you get extra wishes or at least free mileage or something, right? Or like a really quick ride. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're all about the economics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what's the greatest gain I can get from this? Or lottery numbers, something, right?
Lottery numbers.
I feel like you could.
All right. In the chat, Lanier actually told me about the drop bears that they are killer meat-eating koalas. That sounds terrible. I wish I didn't know that, actually. You're right, Omar, not to reveal that. So, listeners may give the answer to this question. He wants MacGyver as my Uber driver, Richard Dean Anderson, not the guy from the current remake.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to crap on that current remake every week, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, it's only second week in a row. I just hope he wouldn't turn into Jack O'Neill from Stargate SG-1 while driving. Well, he'd be fine, too. I think he'd be a good Uber driver. I like Stargate's great.
Yeah.
Brotai says, I feel like Oliver Queen might be a good driver.
Yeah, and it would be a hybrid as well, right? It would be like the most energy efficient, like Bagley Jr. vehicle you've ever been in if it's Oliver Queen.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, going back to like traditional comic Oliver Queen, you're right. Yeah, very. Yes. So hopefully crime wouldn't break out because then he would like go on a big chase or something while you're in the car.
Oh, wow. You mentioned Drop Airs and Dezzles pops in. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You would not want
Dezzles actually, yes. Dezzles is from Australia. Thank you for watching, Dezzles. Wow, what a great show. You missed, though. You missed all the Australian talk.
The Australian content is done for this week.
Yeah, you would not want like the night bus driver from Harry Potter. Like that.
He's a really good driver. He's a really good driver.
I want the head, though. The night bus head would be great. I just don't want that
just
driver.
Just a shrunken head?
Yeah, Ernie, right? Isn't that his name? The bus driver, if I'm mistaken?
Ernie?
Yeah,
sounds good. I'll go with it.
It's been a minute.
Tammy Anderson in the chat, she doesn't actually pick the driver. She picks the vehicle. She says the DeLorean for Back to the Future. Well, hell yeah, we're picking vehicles for sure.
I actually saw DeLorean a couple weeks ago in the wild. It was the first one I've ever seen in the wild.
Was it like a Back to the Future one or just a normal one?
Yeah, no, it was a Back to the Future one, unaltered. It rolled out of our big hotel that we have here in Toronto, and I was just like, huh, crazy.
Did I pitch Oliver Queen in the DeLorean at the end of Back to the Future 1 / the main DeLorean of Back to the Future 2?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Okay.
So wait, do you want him to go into the future? Do you want him to go into the future? Is that
Eat a garbage.
Elevator pitch accepted.
Who do you got, Omar? That specific pitch?
I want to say one of the Bennett sisters probably.
Which one?
I want to say Elizabeth.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I want to just like I just want to chat You know, like I feel like lots of times
She
when I'm in a
would.
rideshare thing, I just chat, but I feel like she would have just the best life insight and advice without being like too guru-y of just like.
She'd probably like complain with you about certain people.
You say gruey?
You know, like.
What did I
Guru-y.
say?
What's gruey?
Guru-y.
Guru-y. Guru-y. Okay.
I thought you were talking about the guy from Despicable
I don't
Me
like
or
those
something.
gooey drivers. You know what I'm talking about?
Guru-y.
We all know. Yeah, I would love to just kind of rant with her for a bit. I think I need that right now. That would be wonderful.
All right.
And also, no, never mind. I have a whole rant about Lydia, but I'll save it. The whole thing. That's like hours of content there.
In the live chat, Dezel says Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager for Uber Driver. He was the pilot of the Voyager, so that makes sense. Very nice.
Yep.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
That's the
great
most
choice.
Paris love I've ever seen.
And he loves old cars. It's a double fit.
That's
there you go.
so
Oh, you're
true.
right. Hey, good call.
That's
Well
so
done,
true.
Dezzles. Well done, sir.
Yes. Brotai says James Bond is an amazing driver, but then Tammy says, but Bond likes to eject passengers.
Yeah.
If you're a villain,
Gotta be careful.
yeah, as long as you're
Yeah,
not
if
a
you give
villain.
him a bad rating, I feel like, oh, watch out.
4 stars.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da-da-da-da.
Here's one from
And he's
listeners
probably
made.
drinking while he drives, so.
Here's one from listeners made, which I'm actually not aware of. Maybe you guys are. He says, "What about Mrs. Frizzle from the Magic School Bus? That school bus is almost like a carnival."
Oh, yes,
have a
it
question.
is.
Is it Mrs. Frizzle or, if I'm not
Miss.
mistaken, Miss Frizzle?
Miss
But is it
Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle or Miss Frizzle? You know what I'm talking about? The new Magic
Yeah.
School Bus with the Lynn.
That's a
in-
Google away. The thing is, it's tricky because the new reboot has like her niece as
Yeah.
the driver, and that's a Miss Frizzle for sure.
I don't
think it
even-
might be
I'm not even
Ms.
aware of this
Frizzle
show.
for the original.
PBS
Yeah,
show, I think,
Netflix has
old
rebooted
cartoon.
it.
Is it a live action or a cartoon?
It's cartoon because I mean they go into like the school bus takes children on explorations of science and the world. So you might like want to explore cells, and so the school bus shrinks and takes them on a field trip into a body to look at cells.
They turned into
or-
trees in a new episode.
they
to
turn
learn
into all
about
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like ants.
Space.
Nice.
The bus goes into
Yeah.
space and to do it's pretty rad. It's like the best field trips ever.
Carlos.
All right, sounds awesome. Cool.
Yep. Did you have one, Jeff?
Yeah.
I do. Thank you for asking, sir. I'm just checking Twitter here. All right, good. Yes, I actually have two. One of mine is actually.
Because it's his show.
You guys have two as well. It's
I'm
fine.
teasing.
Just as many as you want.
Our good buddy Chris Hadley, who reviews a lot of web series for Snobby Robot, just joined us in the chat. Hello, Chris.
Oh, hi, Chris. I like Chris.
Yeah, Chris is awesome. And so I'm going to go with Lisa said the Beast earlier. I'm going to go with Belle, actually, because Belle is so well versed in literature.
Great
I think
answer.
she would just be great to
She
talk
is.
about all the books she's read. And I love Belle. She's awesome.
That's a great answer.
Thank you. Good, I appreciate that. And my other choice would be, oh boy, I just lost it. Where the hell did I write it? Okay, I don't know. Here it is. Sorry, I totally forgot what I wrote. Oh yes, Dumbledore from because seriously, dude, like he has so
Yeah.
many stories, man. I would just like listen to that
Dude.
guy's wisdom and all his.
And he's a wizard. Like, you are not getting stuck in traffic with Dumbledore.
No.
Oh,
You're
that's a
gonna
good
get
point.
there on time.
That's a good point.
For sure.
Or we could do the
Parking is a breeze.
Apparate.
apparate. That's what I was thinking. We can apparate right? Where we need to go.
Yeah. Just use the port key lot. It's fine.
There
Don't
you
worry
go.
about it. We'll get there.
Diagonally.
Is it bad that I taught my 2-year-old to say Aloha Mora? Like that, he already knows.
Absolutely not.
No, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Well done. Your mother of the year, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. In the chat, Lanier says, Agatha from Love in the Time of Monsters, but only in a golf cart.
Ooh. oh, that's me. Ha, that was a character I played in an obscure movie.
Oh,
It was
okay.
fun, such a fun. It's an amazing indie film that you guys should check out, and it is a hoot. But yeah, Love in the Time of Monsters. That's
You drive a golf cart?
I do.
Nice.
I am a badass vacation resort manager, I guess, in the mountains, and
Sweet.
I don't know that I don't end well. It's a Bigfoot film. But to be fair, you don't actually see me die. So if there's a sequel, I might come back, like missing parts, but I might come back,
Perfect. Leave it open. Leave it
Oh.
open.
as they did. It was
All
such a
right.
fun thing to shoot.
In the chat, Lanier actually says he watched it today, so it's funny that he says funny that you're like on our show. He just watched it.
Awesome! Oh, thank you.
Nice. That is awesome. Joey Couture, who is one of Blair's co-hosts, has joined us as well. Thank you, Joey, for watching. Listeners May says, I bet Belle would read all the owner's manuals for all the cars she drives. Probably.
Yep.
Yep.
All of them.
Yes.
Every single
She
one.
would tell you everything about the car.
Side note on that golf cart, it got wrecked while we were shooting it, but I didn't wreck it.
Yep.
Who did?
Someone else.
The AD.
Oh, jeez. I didn't think you were going to tell us, actually. I was like, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, sorry. I mean, nobody.
Oh, man. Those ADs always going crazy. The AD's supposed to...
They had a bar. We were stuck in the mountains, and all they had was the bar in the hotel. And so people got to know each other that night, and there was a party.
That's funny. I've AD'd a lot. The AD is supposed to keep order. Like, he's supposed to be like the person. Like, so that's funny that they're the one who did it.
True. True.
We are not on time. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, get your act together. I'll run you over this golf cart.
Flying in. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, cool. Let's see. Lanier says, best entrance ever. That may be referring to you again in the I don't know. In the movie, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I drive the golf cart in and then
okay,
say
that's
something
good.
about, you're all my bitches. You're my bitch. You're my bitch. You are my bitch.
Okay, awesome.
Totally up Paula's alley, right?
God, this is awesome. I think Paula might have froze on us, but
yeah, that's all right. Well, I'll share some stuff in the chat. What a great way to go out on though with the bitches line. Dezel says, Dezel's about my Dumbledore thing. Says, yeah, but I not trust Dumbledore not to have a hidden agenda behind picking me up on the path he takes. Well, he probably would have some, but it's some epic world saving thing for you.
I'll take you to where you need to go, but you also need to die at the end. So it's
like, and me one book.
But you're going to be serving the greater good, so.
Yeah, I'll be gone before you, so it's fine.
But I'll see you in like the super white train station.
Right.
It'll be great.
We'll have a moment. It's amazing.
Right. Blair, I don't think we got your choice, do we?
Well, it feels like it's a little bit of piling on, but Gandalf was my answer.
Okay, great.
I would have loved to have had Gandalf for very similar reasons as you chose.
Which I feel like Gandalf and Dumbledore BFFs, right? I mean, they would be in cross universes.
They would have to be, right? Yeah. They also both got crossed by like powerful friends.
Yeah. Like the way that Ian and Stuart or Patrick Stewart are friends, like they'd be like that. Like,
isn't that the coolest thing on the internet, that their friendship? I just love that.
Yes.
Oh, Patrick Stewart and
McClellan.
Oh yeah, it is. It's awesome. In the chat, Joey says, watching Paula is like watching me when I turn into a sassy woman.
Oh. he does that a lot too, so.
How do you know that I am not you?
Whoa, we've never seen him in the same place.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. He's
sassy werewolf.
He's never been on the show when she's been on. Yeah, you never know.
I might have to rectify that.
All right, there we go, folks. That's our first Geek Tweet of the Week. Thank you for all your answers online. And we got some more geeky chat later on. We're going to hear from these guys about Fictional Fares. But this is our time for our first improv game. This is called Superhero Marriage Counseling.
Freeze.
So what we need from you guys in the chat is suggestions of character acting. This time we need characters.
Are we doing superheroes? No.
Right. It's still called. I'm calling that. But this time, since our guest shows is about, we'll talk about it later. But we want characters from literature or fairy tale characters. So give me suggestions from characters from literature, fairy tale characters, and then we need characters who would make very unlikely spouses. So bad romantic pairings in your
bad mixes,
folks. And
your favorite.
We're going to have Paula and Omar are going to play these two characters. And Blair and I are apparently a same-sex couple marriage counseling team. And we're going to counsel them.
And I'm going to be doing
this is my pretend hand holding. I don't know if we're on the same.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the same. We're both on the bottom.
There we go.
When I'm looking at the screen, so I'm like trying to put my arm around
you. You go that way, you go this way. There you go.
Wait, if you do that, then I'll just pretend Paula, stop.
Okay, yeah,
Paula,
I'll do that.
Please, Paula, what do you? Just stop. We're at the counselor's office. Stop it. I'm serious.
How do you do that?
Stop. What are you doing? Stop it. Paula, this isn't funny. The bit's old now.
All right, so in the chat, folks, again, give us some ideas of characters from literature, fairy tale characters, ideally who would be bad, you think would be bad spouses. So far, we've got Brotai says Hades. Oh, God of the Underworld. Interesting. Dezel says Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Brotai says Luna Lovegood. Nice, from Harry Potter. Love Luna. Joey says... what is this? Angel or Buffy, does he mean?
Omar, do you know anything about Angel? I don't know.
I know a thing or two. And the comics, IDW and Dark Horse. It's fine.
All right, so we got Angel. Yes, there's our suggestion for Joey. Keep them coming, folks. Any of those suggestions you guys like so far?
Oh my gosh!
80s, Alice, Luna, Angel.
Nancy Drew was my suggestion.
Yeah, on the pre-show, she kept saying Nancy Drew. Like, I don't actually know why I asked for suggestions. She was just going to choose Nancy Drew anyway.
It's you, Nancy Drews. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming.
Yeah. It's like, in this improv game, we'll take your suggestion, then we'll just ignore them and choose our own.
Welcome to 2 Nancy Drews at a counseling office.
I'll totally take theirs.
Should we? I've got...
Rotai also just wrote in Castiel from Supernatural.
Oh. I drank the liquor store. I've got a dice app on my phone in case we want to just super randomize it.
All right, good. Oh, well, I have a dice app too. Very nice. I like that. Do you play? Wait,
gosh, these are good picks.
Do you play D&D or RPGs, Omar? Since you have a dice app.
I do. All
right, we're gonna have to talk later. Okay, good about that. Chris Hadley says, "Are we still doing ride-sharing characters?" No, we're not, Chris. Thank you for asking, though. We just need suggestions for any characters from literature or fairy tales that would be bad, married people, which are spouses. So I'm term for that. Let's see. Dezel says, this is something about Omar. Sunnydale Study Group has seriously slowed down my Buffy progress. Thanks, Omar. Hashtag thanks, Omar.
Oh, that hashtag is a dangerous rabbit hole to go down.
I'm trying to remember. Is Chris Bermonti part of that?
Yes.
You know what? Chris is going to be on our show next week. Actually, he did Super Geeked Up with us at San Diego Comic-Con. We did it live on stage.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. He did.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! It all connects.
Yeah.
Are you guys WonderConning?
We were going to, but unfortunately things came out and I wasn't able to make it. So, except we've done it before WonderCon. It's great. I wish we were there. They are doing my D&D panel there, though, even though I'm not there. But so Jen Kretschmer is running it for me. If any of you guys know her.
You should Skype in. Just have one of the iPad robots.
I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah. Or Blair can go wearing a mask with me or something.
Oh, I would love to go to WonderCon. I just need all expenses paid, please.
That's all right. We'll be at San Diego. We'll be in San Diego and we'll do it.
But we'll do this in San Diego for sure. Yeah.
A little bit more beach down there.
I love San Diego. Yeah. Let's see. We got some more suggestions here. Actually, a whole bunch of them as we were chatting. Let's see here. Listeners Base says Krampus, the half goat, half demons who comes to snatch up bad children at Christmas time.
From Christmas?
Joey says Harriet the Spy and Nancy Drew. Oh, there you go. You got your Nancy Drew. Tammy says Rapunzel and Professor X as the two.
I see the theme, the hair.
I get it.
Shampoo.
The hair and the no hair. Well done.
That's good, Tammy.
We know who's leaving hair in the drain, and it's not him.
I like Tammy.
We got to pull you in for the writer's room. That's amazing.
Protai says the Hulk. Chris says Goldilocks. Let's see here. Ursula and Mr. Darcy comes from Tammy as well. Jafar and Jasmine
Darcy
comes from Chris. All right. You know what? I really kind of like Rapunzel and Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
You guys cool with that one?
Sure.
Who wants that? You don't have to do the same section you are. Who wants to do Rapunzel? Who wants to do
Professor
X?
Who wants what?
I have a lot of background in Professor X's history.
All right. So Omar can play Professor X and you'll play Rapunzel, Paula. Is that cool? As Paula's freezing, unfortunately, on us.
We have Rapunzel.
There's she's back. Okay.
Came back.
All right. So, Paula, you good with Rapunzel? Playing Rapunzel? Oh, the internet?
Sure, yes.
Okay, there we go.
I have had long hair before.
Excellent. All right. So, what? Oh, you know what? I didn't hear. I should ask one more thing. What is, I guess, in the chat, feel free to suggest this. What is their problem? What is Rapunzel and Professor X's, I guess, main issue that they're going in for the counseling for? I mean, obviously, by the way, you two, Paul and Omar, feel free to make up other stuff, too. You don't have to just go with this suggestion.
Yeah.
There could be a whole litany of issues going on. All right.
Yeah, we can just pull from our personal experiences. Paula always hogs the window seat. That's just canon, just so you guys know.
That's truth. That is truth.
Yeah. There's video evidence of it.
I don't want to be boxed. I like to see out.
But isn't the window seat actually boxed in by the person beside them?
Well, I don't like a middle seat.
Yeah.
The middle seat. Because they sit, for some reason, why make aisles with 3 seats in it? Are there that many people traveling with 3 people? No. You're traveling with 1 or 2. So you're either getting stuck in with a stranger, or you're like breaking up your group of 4, or something's like, it just sucks.
I agree. 100% agree.
Okay, so we have some suggestions here for the issue they're dealing with. Bro Ty says, obviously, sex life.
Obviously.
Mark Spile, who co-hosts the DC Action Hour with me, says hair envy. It's very nice. Yeah. Dezel says Rapunzel's growing obsession with frying pans.
And chameleons. Yep.
Tammy says
Those
too many
normal.
people in the X-Mansion and Rapunzel just wants us time. I like that one.
Yeah. Maybe I'm really tired of spandex, and all he wears is spandex.
I think we got a lot to go with here.
Yeah, all right. So, guys, you know what? Feel free to use any and all of that, okay?
Okay, I'm going to get in the character by taking off my glasses here. There we go.
You shaving your head? No.
Yeah.
Well, he recently cut it off. So.
All right, so Blair and I will be like, I guess, a dual therapy team here.
And we should talk in like the really soft kind of, back and forth voices like this. So how are you guys doing today? I know it's been a tough go. So you're here in our office. It's a safe space. Talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What seems to be the problem?
Well.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, how about you start first?
You know what? No, you go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Are you
probably
saying
knows
that,
what I'm
or are
thinking
you
anyway.
actually?
You know what I'm thinking. Just go ahead.
Should I go? I always check to make sure that I can read minds. I run a school for gifted youngsters, and we have
more than
so.
others.
Okay, hold on a sec. My time.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You said I could go first, so I'm gonna continue.
Let's let Professor X finish his thoughts.
Thank you.
Is X your real name? Is that your name?
I used to work for the backstory of that is my last name is Xavier, and I used to work for the government, and someone said you could be a G-man, and I stopped working for the government, and then someone said you can be an X-man, and it stuck. That's the logic. That's
not the whole story. It was a drunk night.
We're not talking about that.
That's
Okay. I run a school.
Off topic.
And I run a school where I have many students. And these students have nowhere else to go for the most part. Some of them look like butterflies. Some of them can teleport. And my dear wife.
Who looks like a butterfly?
Pixie.
I haven't even heard about this girl. Oh.
This Pixie?
Mm.
She's
is she 18?
She is, I believe, actually under 18, and she's dating a chicken, so it doesn't even this isn't a Jean Grey giant-sized situation.
You should refer. Can you refer them to us, the chicken and Pixie?
I can absolutely
do that. We do some great work with chickens and pixies here.
Yes, I'll absolutely do that. Anyhow, the main complaint is that the house is filled with too many students, and there's not enough us time.
So I'm basically like stuck in this tower because the entire day he's got like 100 kids. I mean, honestly, I can't even keep track of them all.
Which shouldn't be new to you.
So, Professor
he knows
X,
I have issues with that.
What I'm hearing is that you're not providing enough me time for Rapunzel. Do you see what she's saying with that?
Yes, I can understand. But I run a school for gifted.
Can you hear my thoughts now?
I am not listening to your thoughts right now, and I don't have to with that face. Listen, it's I'm trying to protect a world that fears and hates mutants, and it's difficult, and I've tried to bring you in. I introduced you to Medusa from the Inhumans. Remember that? Remember that dinner? With the long hair. That was a topic of conversation.
Perhaps we should get some feedback from Rapunzel now.
Okay.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I didn't even hear most of that. Honestly, it's the same.
He was talking about a lovely dinner with Medusa.
I've been hearing this for years. Oh. Okay. Look, we've been together for a long time. I mean, he had a long history before I came along, like a long history.
With Mystique, doesn't count as different people.
Professor X, the floor is Rapunzel's.
Mm-hmm. And I just feel like I was waiting for my prince to come along, and
she's still waiting, apparently.
Yes, she was waiting a very long time.
Did you freeze her screen, Professor? Like, did
Professor,
you freeze her in
controlling
place?
her mind right now? We talked about this.
I don't think.
Kitty, Kitty, take your hand out of that. Okay, sorry about that. There we are.
Please continue, Rapunzel.
My internet's a little splotchy. I think that so I don't want to call them regrets, but they're examinations of my past. And okay, so like before I got my hair, I just felt like a different person. And so now where we are now, I feel a little trapped. And I mean, I know trapped, but I feel like really kind of trapped, right? Like, because he's so busy with school and my hair's not growing as fast as I want it to. And it's just, it's a lot of pressure to be Mrs. X, and like half the world doesn't even know what the X stands for. And I mean, yes, he has his Xavier. Okay, sure. But I'm not even allowed to go in public a lot of times and claim him. There's just so many layers to this. I mean, honestly, the fact that he yells at me every morning for all of that hair in the shower, and it's not necessarily mine. I mean, it's probably not his, but it's not necessarily mine.
It's not mine.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have, then creatures to clean it, so who cares? I don't know.
What can I do to make this better? What can I do to make this work?
How can you not read my mind every day and figure that out?
Can I read
your... this gift. Why
okay,
Professor, maybe do you ever consider making Rapunzel part of the X-Men and she could help you with missions?
I do not. And I look amazing in spandex. For the
I honestly hadn't considered it, but perhaps we could do that. Perhaps we could go on a gold team mission together or something. Take the Blackbird out to Paris and go fight Zorn or something like that.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
Like just the two of us?
Yeah, we could pop by Genosha for a little bit and just kind of do a diplomatic trip. Maybe nothing physical that fights, because we're both...
Well, I'm actually I've been practicing, and I mean, I'm really good with a frying pan.
Have you been the one mysteriously logging into the...
Okay, look, nobody was using it then, so
You're Danger Hair 97? My, I'm married to Danger Hair 97. I didn't know.
Have you seen my scores?
I have seen them.
All right. Well, you know what? I think this is a great time to end. We're on a very positive note here.
Great first.
I think this is a great. You should go on this date, the mission you're talking about.
I feel good about it. Thank you, guys. That was a great breakthrough.
Awesome.
Okay. Is it still $695? $695? Is that still the rate?
Yep. You got
Before I rate the show. Okay.
Is this your bill, or is this the first three numbers of a phone number?
It's the bill.
Okay. Great. I'll pay. I just
Fine, I got it. Okay. Yeah. No, I got it. I got the checkbook. So it's
Thank
cool,
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not good at multitasking.
All right. That's it. Excellent job, guys.
Well done, guys. The chat was blowing up.
I gotta try to review now. By the way, thank you, Tammy.
My internet was so glitchy. I'm like, I have no idea what he said.
Props and credit to Tammy Anderson, who gave me the idea about them going on a mission together, or Rapunzel being an X-Men. So thank you, Tammy, for that.
I think my favorite part though is like we accused Omar of freezing you, and then as soon as he released you, your video came back like on you. It was incredible.
That's up. You really are an X-Man. That actually is why we hired him as a director.
Nice, excellent. I love that you got the frying pan, and I forgot all about that. That was awesome, brilliant.
I mean, it's not canon, but it's like literature canon. But it's canon,
yeah,
so.
and Danger Hair, whatever it was awesome. Danger Hair.
97.
Oh, that was amazing.
Tammy says, "Go Rapunzel, get the high score in the Danger Room." Lanier says that he bet it was the Beast, the X-Men Beast hair in the show.
Of course it was. It was blue. Who should have known?
Oh, come on!
So Listener's Mate says it was blue. It was the Beast. Bro Ty says this is the best acting ever.
Thank you. It's actually going to go on my reel.
So. Listener's Mate says that was hilarious. Omar couldn't have timed that any better. I think meaning about the freezing thing. Yeah. Chris says this would make a terrific podcast. The whole just doing the super marriage counseling thing as a podcast. Nice.
With Blair's Fraser Crane voice. Yeah.
Chris says, Blair, you do have a great radio voice.
I do a podcast. Got a face for radio. Love it.
Toronto, I'm listening.
All right, and then Mark says she had a pixie cut when they started dating. That's how long they have been together. Oh, there you go. Maybe.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Awesome. All right. There you go. Awesome. Thank you for all that chat, folks. Excellent job, guys. That was great. That was awesome.
Really well done.
Actually, fun fact before we hop off the Rapunzel bandwagon to Lister's Mate 2, I actually recently cut my hair because it was really long and then donated it for Locks for Love. So
he did on a perk level, sort of. Like if we got our thunderclap in, he would do it, and he did. So I mean, you guys, you could offer all sorts of things up if we get certain levels in the crowdfunding. So
well, that's a great segue, because now let's talk about your project, Fictional Fares. Omar, would you like to tell people what it's about?
Sure, I'll do the first little half of the pitch, and I'll throw it over to Paula. Awesome. So James Brent Isaacs, you might know from several internet things. Tiger Monkey, the thumb wrestling champion of the world himself. He came up with this amazing idea, which is a rideshare driver who takes around fictional characters that we all know and love, and we kind of pull them out of their time period, plays, books, fairy tales, and then he just chats with them about their problems, but he's just a modern day guy himself.
Well, he's actually a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw in the description he's actually a character too, right? But the audience has to guess, right?
A little J.J. Abrams element there. So you're while you're watching it, he's giving advice and chatting about life.
Which is really interesting because these guys wrote a really amazing script, and that they're able to take two different characters and tie them in for like a cold open and a main character for the bulk of the episode. And so you really get a thematic theme running through, and we're able to look at these classic characters and interpretations to see how, those moral compasses really hold up or don't. And then kind of also bring awareness to and raise awareness to charities that link to those issues at the end. So we're able to kind of tie it all in, which I loved the layers a lot that went into building this whole world.
Yeah,
I love that you guys are doing the charity for each episode. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's really, really exciting. I hope we get a chance to do this right now. I mean, we'll do it eventually regardless, but I really hope that we get this funding for this crowdfund to make it happen ASAP, because it's such a stellar cast that we've assembled, such a great team. But we are a ways away from our goal, and we only have 7 days left. So you guys, please, please, please help us get the word out. Donate if you can. Follow us. Even following us on the Seed and Spark page actually helps us in this particular on Seed and Spark. They give you extra bonuses for getting some new followers. So it's amazing. You can go to tinyurl.com/fictionalfares. That's FARES, like Cab Fares, and check out and read all about everybody involved and see a little kind of pitch video we shot for it and see all the updates that have been going on. And we'll link to this afterwards too. So I mean, it's really fantastic. I'm super proud of it, and I hope we get to do it. Check it out. Share it out.
Awesome. And I just that link was also on your screen a second ago there, folks. And it's also in the description section on YouTube. If you're watching in post, you can click right on there. Go over, support it. And you can see the full, really, it's like a who's who of the cast here. And they've got the
entire PAL-verse, as I call it.
Yeah.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. It was sort of like a, who do you guys want in this, dream cast? Who would you like? And we were so thrilled to have so many people say yes to it when we asked them. So check it out.
And it really is in our campaign video. Jenny Powell enters the car going, boom, I'm in this now. And that's exactly how it felt when we started this project.
Like each person that successfully was like, yes, I'll be a part. Yes.
Nice. Yes, but Jenny Powell is one of the producers. She's been on our show before, so you might have seen her there.
Indeed. And we teamed up together for the New Adventures of Peter and Wendy and stuff to help produce that. So that, yes, I have known Jenny for a long time, years before that even. She's wonderful.
Nice, awesome. In the chat, Mark says, sounds like a great idea for a series.
Thank you.
Really Pierre Kelly just joined us. Says hi, everyone. Oh, thank you, Pierre, for watching again.
Right, and JBI had a stellar idea and so much heart built into it. Him and Omar have created a great show.
Yeah, awesome. Wait, on the link you on your crowdfunding, you pitch it as well, like comedians in cars kind of meets Once Upon a Time, right? Is that the?
Yes. The elevator pitch.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
A little dash to carpool karaoke, especially with a stretch episode. That.
Oh, so you're gonna do musical, right?
I'll say.
They have a musical episode as a stretch goal. Yes.
Wonder who's got the pipes. Interesting.
Nice. Now, Paula, you're also going to be in it as well as producing it, right?
Yes. I came on originally as an actor, like one does, and then they asked to come on and help produce it, which was lovely. I was thrilled to be able to do that. But yes, I'm playing Little Red Riding Hood in one of the cold opens, which I guess typecasting and stuff. No, I'm kidding. At 5 feet tall. But no, we considered originally doing actual children for the kids' roles, but it turns out they're really hard to wrangle because you have to have like studio teachers and like rules, laws apply. So being as I voice a bunch of kids and am relatively child-sized, we went the comedic route there. So yes, I play Little Red in an episode, which the bulk of it features Mowgli from the Jungle Book, played by Nick Dodani, and it's amazing. I'm so excited. But yes, Little Red and Grimm's Fairy Tales I've gotten more acquainted with in the last couple months, and that's no joke. That Grimm's Fairy Tales is grim AF. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just read it last
happy
night.
Stories.
Not happy stories. Platt and Yuri Lowenthal's Peanut Butter Storytime, which is amazing, and it's dark. Yes.
Yeah. In the live chat, Lister's Mate says from a little earlier, he says, woohoo, I used wigs for kids. It's good to hear you do something good for charity, Omar.
Right back at you.
And Lanier says, I miss Peter and Wendy.
Oh, thank you.
Blair had said, so do I. Blair put in the chat
do.
as well.
I really do.
Joey says, I want Omar to direct my movie.
Oh, we chatted about that.
He's amazing. Oh, and if you like Peter and Wendy, we have Kyle Walters playing Gregor from The Metamorphosis.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Kafka. So, I mean, let us turn him into a cockroach, please. The most charming cockroach ever. Right?
Like a sad, disgruntled, like you will smell coffee on his breath when you watch this episode. That kind of.
Scratch and sniff. Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk.
Yeah, folks, if you're a long-time viewer of the show, you'll definitely see people who've been on the show, like Joanna Sonomura is in it. She's been on multiple times on our show.
She's playing Milan, and she's going to have an actual fight sequence in the car.
Snap. So. Nice. That's awesome.
We're going to destroy James' car.
That episode is linked to Wounded Warriors, because it's all about reassimilating into life after the military. See, it's lofty, right? These guys, lofty.
Smart. And Dezzles in the chat says, yes, musical episode. All right, that would be awesome.
That's only if we get our stretch goal. And there's more cast to announce.
Make it happen, guys. Make it happen.
So again, folks, here on your screen is the link, tinyurl.com/fictionalfares.
Please share it. Follow it. It's free, but if you have any money, please, hey, help us out.
Yeah, anything helps, folks. Even $1.
And some really cool perks in there. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of some. We have car fresheners that look like it's front and back 2 different books to add to your library from each of our episodes. So I think the one up now is Arabian Nights and Dante's Inferno. Little light reading for your car. I wonder what those smell like. We should decide soon.
Dante's Inferno. I am excited. It was whenever we'd come up with perks, like Paula would just like, kick down the door and just be like, "I've got an idea." It was like a mad science. Like,
and guys, they're not even joking about not whatever, but they'll do suggestions on perks. Omar, I'm actually a donor, and Omar wrote me and performed a poem to me. So I thought that was really special.
Awesome. That's really nice.
In all fairness, I was probably going to do that for you anyway at some point.
Because it was Wednesday. So
yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome. In the live chat, Pierre Kelly says Paula used to be on What's Trending back in the day. Is that true?
I did. Yeah, I hosted about once a week or so for a year or so. Yes, right. With Anna Lore, who is also going to be in our show. She's going to play the Little Mermaid.
Nice.
And Jay Walker, who also used to be in What's Trending, and he will be our D'Artagnan. So, little What's Trending reunion. Thanks, Sheila.
All right. Very nice. All right. Besides Fictional Fares, do you guys want to just give out any where they can follow you online, personal links as well? Paula?
Sure. Oh, yeah, you can find me on all the Insta and the Twitters at Paula_Rhodes. That's RHODES, like the Colossus or scholar.
And Omar?
You can find me on Twitter at Omar Najam. I'm on Instagram at Omar Najam Film, and also I have a weekly podcast called Thank You for Questing, which you can check out. Ooh. And if you're a fan of the stuff that pops up in this show and the content of Fictional Fares, this is exactly down your road because it's an improvised RPG in a fantasy world. So.
There's
amazing.
Circle,
amazing.
Venn diagrams. It's like overlapping.
Someone
told me.
Yes, Chris Bronte's also in there.
Yeah, so. He plays a Sphinx frog that is great at giving riddles and is terrible at solving them. That's a little specific about his character.
Isn't that all riddle givers? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
a lot of riddle givers.
That's how I feel about riddle givers.
In the chat, listeners may, and actually, I was been trying to remember what commercial I've been seeing you in, Paula, and he just told me. He says, Paula got me to buy bacon strips for my dogs. It's bacon.
Oh no! You know what's funny is that would be actually the competitor of the commercial it was for.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Bacon strips girl, but it's a commercial for Blue.
It's Blue.
Yeah, so it's,
yes.
Yeah.
Because they're like kind of dissing bacon strips, right?
Right, yeah. Because the dog won't come to my bacon strips, right. But everybody remembers it as that, and then they do come for the Blue Buffalo. So it's a Blue Buffalo.
Yes.
Indeed. So actually, and now you can see me being like a mean, stare-down, gold-digging, panning mom in bookings.com, I think. It's just started airing. Right. They cast me as weird. It's fine. I'm a cartoon. I will take it.
Guys, wait till you see her in Imaginary Friends. That's
oh
I'm
gosh,
pregnant,
yes.
I was like nine months pregnant at that point. I think I had the baby like 2 weeks later.
Oh man,
amazing. Yes.
Wonderful little story.
Little bit of trivia I'll throw out here in the director's commentary show, or the portion of the show. That's Paul was also in a show called Social Medium, which was the brainchild of Tara Jane, which I know some of you are fans of.
Oh wait, sorry, I got those mixed up because Tara Jane, yes, pregnant in that one, not pregnant in Imaginary Friends, princess in that one, but after baby, so boobs, like lots. But yeah,
that, honestly, that
Social Media.
That's my director's commentary fact that I was going to throw in. To be honest, mine was a writer's comment, which is the least interesting thing.
No, it was so much cooler. It was so. Tara.
We were writing the series because we were in the writers' room like super early before the idea of even shooting it was in our minds, and I was in charge of I think the penultimate episode or like one of the last episode where it introduces the big bad, and. Yeah, it was right at the end there. And then I wrote into the script, the character description was, just cast Paula Rhodes. We hadn't even met yet. And I was like, no, just cast Paula Rhodes. And that was my description. I was like, whoever gets it is just going to play Paula Rhodes. And then I remember Tara called me one day and was just like, hey, we got Paula. And I was so elated. That was years ago.
Oh my gosh, it was so sweet. I think I got contacted by Tara, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? You wrote something with me in mind? Of course. Like, honestly, guys, big secret, but like, just write something for any actor. You can probably get them. But I was so honored and thrilled, and I was like, but also, so I'm pregnant. I'm super pregnant right now. And there was like a second, and she was like, "Nope, let's do it." I was like, "Yes, okay."
And Tara's going to be in Fictional Fares too, as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she is. We have her and her hubby, and they're gonna be making out like bandits. Yeah, she's playing Madame Bovary.
All right.
And Louis Dupuis. But you know, a lot of fictional heroines get the shorter end of the stick. But spoilers if you haven't read up in the last century.
Give it 100 years, please.
In the live chat, Chris Hadley says, I covered social media for Snobby Robot. Awesome. And let's see. And Lister's Mate says, Omar, is your podcast on Stitcher?
I believe it is. I haven't checked Stitcher in a while, but I believe it is.
All right. Well, I'm sure you can find it in many other places. I'm sure like iTunes and such, if you don't find it on Stitcher. All right. Sweet. Cool. So again, guys, remember Fictional Fares. Please go check it out. You can read a lot more about it and all the perks and stuff on the Seed and Spark page.
Down there.
Yes. Donate. Let's get this thing made, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we can come on again. After it's all done. All right, so thanks guys for awesome. So we got another geek treat we're gonna do. We're gonna do the Let's Geek It on dating game in just a few minutes as well.
Okay.
Want to announce that we just so folks, if anybody's in my area, which is upstate New York, Albany, New York area, there's a new con called Empire State Comic Con, and we just got invited to do Super Geeked Up live there.
Cool.
So that's April 6th through the 8th. And April 6th, Friday evening, we're going to be doing it live on stage. We might do a second show on Saturday. We're still talking to them. And we'll have a booth there, table, and all that good stuff. So please come out. We always love doing it live, and we get audience people to volunteer and come up with us and play our geeky improv games. So please check it out again. It's April 6th through the 8th, Empire State Comic Con. It's the very first one ever done. It's by Altered Reality Entertainment. They do some other cons in the Northeast. So I'm glad they're coming to my neck of the woods. All right, so there you go. So please come to that. And again, if you have any money left over after you support Fictional Fares, please go check out our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/supergeekedup. Again, anything you can donate is greatly appreciated. I know some people in the chat, like Lister's Mate, are already supporting us, so thank you very much. We appreciate it. And like they said earlier, even if you just subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us, that helps a lot as well. And it helps that you're watching live, so thank you very much. If you're watching posts, we also love you as well, though. Thank you for watching.
Equal love.
Yes.
Hello in the future.
All right. All right, here we go. Let's go here to our second Geek Tweet question. So, folks, if you have watched this show, you know that I talk about Lara Croft all the time. And Tomb Raider opens this Friday, featuring said Lara Croft. So I want to know, who is the most kick-ass female character from either gaming or literature? We'll work the literature back in because of Fictional Fares. So I want to know your
Such a big world.
Yeah, your guys' choices for like who you think is the most kick-ass female character. And we want to hear your choices in the chat, folks, or on Twitter. You can tweet us at SuperGeekedUp. Let's see. Blair, why don't we start with you this time? Do you have a choice?
I do. There's a book series that I love that you can maybe see behind me if you have a very big monitor, called The Wheel of Time. And there's a female character named Egwene, which I absolutely love. She's my favorite literary character for sure. So I'm going to go with her.
All right. In the chat, Tammy says Xena.
What a good pick.
Yes.
Awesome choice.
There we go.
I did name a cat after Xena.
I was watching Xena earlier today, actually. Yeah.
That kind of wins.
Yeah.
Xena's awesome. Omar, what about you? You got a choice?
I've got two, actually.
Go for it.
One is actually related to our show, and one is absolutely not. But could be in... no, there's no way. So, one... I was thinking about this, and I would have to say I really love Scheherazade from Arabian Nights. And because that's a character who faces a very crazy, scary, perilous situation, and then tells 1,000 stories to get out of that perilous situation. And that imagination is so cool. That's such a cool character choice. And that's someone who can just like, all right, we got a bunch of knights, so I'm just going to come up with a story, come up with a story. And so I thought that just want to give complete kudos to that character, and I think super underrated too, because I feel like we don't bring up Scheherazade enough. And then my totally not Fictional Fares pick is, and I know that Twitter is going to eat me alive for this one, but I'm going to go with Cubone from. If we're talking video games, I'm including Pokemon, and I'm going to go with Cubone.
Who's Cubone?
The Cubone is the Pokemon that wears the skull of their mother. And so they know that they just pass down these. You never see Cubone's face, and you just pass down these skulls from like mom to mom to mom to mom, and they just know that like one day they will be. It's just like this crazy out of nowhere. It's like Ash is running around just being like, I want to get gym badges, and then suddenly he meets Cubone, and it's just like this insane gothic like character where it's like, I will inherit my mother's skull just as I, so,
all right, awesome. Those are awesome choices.
Yeah, pretty badass.
Those
pretty
are
badass.
Cooler.
In the chat.
I mean, I just keep seeing Xena destroy my characters, the picks, but.
Oh no! Come on, whatever your pick is awesome.
All right. Okay. All right. I was leaning Princess Allura from Voltron for a while. She's not really badass, but she sort of also is.
She is.
But now I'm like, well, maybe She-Ra.
Oh hell yeah! They're redoing.
Oh,
She-Ra.
Joey's gonna be happy about that.
Right?
She-Ra works. They're redoing her. Netflix is doing a new She-Ra.
Both of which I wanted to grow up and be, not realizing that there were some limitations to that. Not many, obviously, but yes. And the fact that I wasn't voice cast as Allura and I got to read for it, and She-Ra in the reboot, and got to read. Yeah,
that's so cool.
Those will always be black spotches on my soul. But yeah, they're amazing reboots. Crying tears, but also awesome heroines.
All right, let me share. We got some cool things in the chat here. First off, earlier, Chris Tadley says, Tara's awesome. You, Omar, Blair, and Jeff are awesome too. Paula, everyone here is awesome. All right,
sounds like a song I've heard before.
Chris, you are awesome, Chris.
Awesome.
Tammy, Tammy just said She-Ra is awesome.
She-Ra's life, yeah.
Joey
There's my
says
Joey.
She-Ra's life, my top. Yeah, all right. And let's see, Lanier says, I like this answer. Kaylin Amell from the Sword of Truth series. I mean, how she kills that one guy with Kandar in Book One Scary. Yeah. See, I actually, so the show was called Legend of the Secret, and I love that show, but it's
I did know that one. Oh, he's
very
so
long-running book series. That's basically.
I got to. He actually, the guy who played the Seeker in that. The guy, yes, the actor who played the Seeker. It was incredibly lovely, and he actually then went on to play a character in a film or a series on VH1. I think, was it called Hindsight? That my husband was on recurring, and so I got to fly out there to Atlanta and meet him once, and that was literally like a moment. But he's lovely. It's fine. Yes, very nice guy.
Nice. All right. Listeners Bay says, I almost caught a Cubone in Pokemon Go the other day. I was mad because I didn't get it. My nephew knocked my elbow, knocking my phone out of my hand. Oh, man. That's a bummer.
I do have one. I tried to show it, but it just, it goes all shiny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
There
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually pretty cute.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Cubone.
All right. So my, for gaming, my choice absolutely would be Lara Croft because she's my absolute favorite video game character ever. She just totally kicks ass.
There's a pretty cool villain in Resident Evil 7, I'm told.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who's that?
Badass on screen and off. Yeah.
If you know, Paula plays that character, folks, if you don't know. If I'm going to literature, though, I'm going to go back to my other thing. I'm going to go into Belle because I think Belle's awesome and amazing.
Belle's awesome.
I think you got a thing.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You got a little
I'm proud of
your heart.
Because
you and Lisa need to open a theme park or something.
Or maybe you're like, I feel like I could
specifically.
If she weren't just trapped in a castle with a beast, maybe she'd choose you, right?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Now you're talking, though. I like that.
Right?
I like what you're throwing down.
She just didn't have a big circle to pick from.
It's kind of
so,
true.
I went to with my family. I actually went to
Gaston, Beast.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, there you go. You're right. I could totally if it was in those two. Last year I went to Disney World with my family, and we got to eat in the Beauty and the Beast. They have this thing where you can go for breakfast, and it's the castle. It's like they've recreated the thing and the dining thing and the room with the rose and everything and stuff. It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
very much looking forward to my kids being old enough to go.
Yeah. Oh, they'll love it.
Oh. There's the I don't know if it's in Disney World, but in Disneyland there's the find out what character you are. Like Lumiere pops up and does this thing, and it's really fun. And my favorite story about this is some of you might know her, Dale Kingsmill. She was taking it and she got Sally from Cars. So please bring that up. Feel free to tweet at her about that, because everyone got like Woody, Jack Skellington, Sally, Aladdin, Jasmine. Like all these, like Ursula, and then it was Sally from Cars, and it's just the best. Like someone loaded that in. It's my favorite story.
All right.
Obscure character.
In the chat, Tammy says, my youngest likes strong female characters. She's been Wonder Woman, Xena, She-Ra, and Medusa. That's right. Tammy makes costumes for her daughter there, and yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Woman after my own heart. I made my family be the Princess Bride foursome for Halloween this year. I was
wait, so who was the
Inigo Montoya.
Oh no! So who was the other? Who was the other foursome?
Well, because I'm only 5 feet tall, anybody's gonna look like a giant. So my husband at 5'10" was
Fezzik.
Fezzik. Yeah. And then we had the Judd Pirate Roberts was my 2-year-old, and my baby who was bald except for around the edges was Zini, and I made it like replica little velvet doublet. It's amazing. You can see it on Instagram. I'm very
Looks incredible.
I made a full-on Falcor the year before with just one baby.
I remember the Falcor. You won an award for that, didn't you?
And we went. That
was incredible.
Halloween costume contest. So it's just pretty fun.
Oh man, that's amazing. I gotta see that. All right, cool. Dezel says, "Yay for Dale." Jeff, get her on Super Geeked Up.
We'll bring in Dale. We'll bring in Tyrolin. We'll bring in all the Australians. You do an Aussie show.
Oh,
perfect! And they can do a winter spectacular.
Right.
No drop bears. Winter. No drop bears.
No drop bears.
All right, so I think we got everybody's answers. Thank you again, folks, for in the live chat. All right, we got one more game to play. Oh, Tammy says Falcor, love it, in the chat. And Blair, you want to introduce this game?
Right, we got 3 people playing fictional characters in a dating game, and another person who may or may not also be a fictional character is asking them questions and trying to figure out who they are. Yeah,
so we call this Let's Geek It On. Paula is going to be like the one asking the questions, and she has decided she actually is also going to be a character. We don't know who she's going to be, so you guys can guess that as well. Omar, Blair, and I are going to be the bachelors, like 1, 2, 3. Now, or we could be women, female characters too. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to be playing fictional characters. We're going to answer these questions in character that Paula asks us, and
I will.
At the end, she's going to decide who she wants to choose, and then we'll reveal who we are. And folks, obviously, you can also guess at who any of us are in the chat. I see people already getting the character here. All right. All right, so why don't we, let's see here. How about for Omar can be bachelor number 1, Blair number 2, and I'll be number 3. All right, we can go in that order as you ask the questions. So I guess you can kick it off anytime you're ready.
Hello, bachelors. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Mademoiselle.
If you were to take... Oh, goodness. Will you introduce yourselves, please? At least your numbers.
Hello, I am Bachelor number 1, and in my opinion, the only one you'll have to worry about tonight.
I am Bachelor numero 2. I am the one that will be stealing your heart on this evening.
Oh.
I am Bachelor number 3, and may I say, you look ravishing tonight.
Well, I look forward to seeing what all of you look like. But on to the questions. If you were to take me on a romantic date, what would it be like?
A romantic date. I'll answer first because I'm Bachelor number 1, and I believe that's how it goes. We would go to an art gallery, and you might be thinking, where? The Louvre? LACMA? No. We would go to my private gallery where, trust me, I've got only the best pieces of art hanging around. Perhaps I could capture you as well in a little portraiture.
Monsieur, you dismissed the Louvre so easily. Now, I hope you don't mind. I sometimes like to hang out with these friends of mine, and they kind of come with me everywhere. Sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3, I don't know. But we will be checking out France in all of its glory, for sure.
Oh, cheeky.
I would take you on the top of this cliff I know, and overlooking the ocean is very beautiful. And we would dance. I can lead with my left or right hand equally well. And we would have a wonderful time as long as we did not run into the Brute Squad.
Oh, well, here's hoping. All right, question number 2. If you were to make me a meal, what would it be, as if men cook? This is silly.
A meal. I would cook you the finest food that you would find in 1890. I'm talking boiled steak, potatoes, some vegetables, lots of very lumpy breads, and of course, quite a bit of wine. And then I would probably feed you a few fine lines about how good I look and how good I will always look.
Oh. Well, I don't know if that'll fit under my corset, but lovely.
Well, we will. Food is tough to come by, in past France, and but I have skills with the rapier, and we will find the richest person in town, me and my friends, and we will steal what we need. We will get everything to your desire, mon cher.
Okay. Bachelor number 3.
Yeah, he thinks he is a skilled swordsman. He has nothing compared to me. And I've spent so much time studying it, though I have not learned to cook, unfortunately. I've been pursuing a certain individual for a very long time. But for you, I would learn how to cook.
Oh, well. All right. Well, your answers have been noted. Now, if I took you home to meet my parents, how would that go?
It would go quite well. They'd be impressed by my class. They'd be astounded by my deep knowledge and impossible knowledge. And they would be most blown away by my youth. And they would be surprised that we have a lot more in common than they would probably initially think. That would probably freak them out a little bit. They would probably be a little scared. They might be a little scared.
Thank you for your honesty. Bachelor number 2.
Well, we are quite famous throughout France. Me and my 3 friends, they sometimes give us a neat little nickname. We are very, very well known, and your parents, well, we're just used to people loving us just because of who we are.
I do enjoy fame.
Yes, your parents, I think, would find me quite dashing and quite attractive. They may be a little afraid of a friend who always travels with me, but he's very gentle. Actually, if we get to know him, and everything would go well unless your father has 6 fingers, and then I must kill him.
Well, I'm sure if he did, he would have gotten that fixed long ago. How unsightly. So, all right. The next question was clearly not written by me. Oh, my. It says, what's your favorite sexual position? I'm sure this is just for the ratings. But I'm not afraid. I'll ask it anyway.
What a saucy question.
Yes. I think it's from the war. It's making people crazy.
I will say it's less about the position and more about the positioning. And my positioning would be surrounded by paintings while playing Alphaville's Forever Young on repeat.
Well, mon cher, there's only one answer here. The threesome.
Ah.
I do have friends. We do everything together. Everything.
Unlike that uncouth individual, I would never share you with anyone else. Yes, I would not share you with anyone else. Do not worry about that. As I mentioned before, though, I am ambidextrous, so I believe I am equally skilled in all positions.
Oh, did it freeze again? Technology.
All right, so yes, I think I think you did freeze a little bit, Paula. But you know what? Let's wrap it up there anyway.
Wrap it up.
So why don't you choose who you're?
Oh, off that one. Goodness gracious. Well, I would hate to be taken as too forward, but I suppose I would choose Bachelor number 2. Are you by chance one of the musketeers I have heard about?
May we, mademoiselle.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I guessed right. And Mr. Bachelor number 1, are you by chance, just out of curiosity, Dorian Gray?
Oh, you've heard of me.
I am very well read. And Bachelor number 3, perhaps you are Inigo Montoya?
You got it. Well done. Very nice.
I love it, you guys. Do you, by any chance, recognize myself, or perhaps you've heard of our plantation, dear old Tara? Maybe I should dress myself properly.
Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
The Mary Tyler Moore gag, I think, really sold it at the end.
Excellent. By the way, let me share. There were so many By the way, there were so many hilarious guesses in the chat at first. First off, Chris says Paula's terrific with a southern accent. Tammy actually, I think, got all of them. She said Scarlett O'Hara, Dorian Gray, Porthos of the Musketeers. I don't know if you were playing specific.
Oh, she was specific. I didn't.
Not specifically, no.
And then she said finally Inigo Montoya. She was the first one who got that. Joey says Paula's giving me Joan Collins realness, and I am loving it. Victor says she's a smart and lovely lady. Oh, that's nice. Let me see here. I want to go back. I got to scroll back up here to some of the other things here people were suggesting. Victor says Captain Jack from Torchwood is number 1.
Oh, you know what? He might be Dorian Gray because he
That's
does
an
not
interesting
age.
thought.
What if
That's a good-looking cat. Whoa, the face of Bo's Dorian Gray.
Till he's
Joey had said earlier, Joey had said Paula's just too good at this. Nice. Dezel says, is Omar Gaston?
I do love eggs.
Gaston wishes he were Dorian Gray.
Joey said, gosh, I'm biting my tongue so hard right now, I just want to laugh. That was earlier while we were doing it. By the way, I think listeners may keep saying Paula is Blanche Devereaux from the Golden Girls.
I like that.
Oh, that's even better than Scarlett. If they had a book of her, I would. Yes.
Comic book.
Listeners,
I think that needs to be like a superhero
catch
comic
me
book.
in like a decade, 2 decades or so.
I
did get to play 70 on a Disney show once.
Oh, nice.
Because, Hollywood. Like, let's cast this girl. Let's make her really old.
Right before we started, actually, as you were getting into character Blair, Joey said Blair without talking is giving me Godfather vibes.
He was twisting the mustache.
Yeah. And then my favorite is that listeners may thought Blair was Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
There was a second that I was like, he's got a lot of friends. It's kind of hot in like a literal way.
Hot hands.
Yeah.
Hot hands.
Oh, don't touch me.
All right, excellent, very good, excellent. Good guesses, and yeah, great. And I like that. That was a great suggestion, Paula. That you were a character too. I like that. That's a good take.
That was awesome. That was really good.
Oh, and it was the Carol Burnett show. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
trading in my
have,
TV
like,
history knowledge.
Chris
Yeah,
Hadley,
Carol Burnett.
Chris Hadley points out in the chat. It's the Carol Burnett. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
You guys should tie it back together, and then next time the two or the one she picks and that character, they go off and have the marriage counseling, or the.
Oh. So Scarlett O'Hara and D'Artagnan or Porthos or somebody.
And yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That would be incredible.
Because D'Artagnan's the coolest musketeer. All right. Pierre had said Paula sounds like Rogue from the X-Men cartoon. Rogue is from the South, so that makes sense. Yes.
Yet another boy. I hope it go up to be her. Yeah. Except for the not touching. What? Yeah.
Not touchy's not cool, but rogue is awesome.
I just mean play her in something.
Yeah. Oh,
you could do just a streak. You could even just do it now.
Oh, dude. I probably won't even need to really soon. Let's be honest. We'll just let it go. So I just won't die that part or something. It's fine. I'm a million years old. I'm a vampire.
Dorian Gray.
That'd be awesome.
She's Dorian Gray.
I am Dorian Gray. A little known fact is actually a girl's name. They just really got it wrong in the translation. But
Yeah. How familiar.
actually, what's funny is I have a picture of my dad painted of Charlie up there. It looks like me and like not Charlie. So it kind of looks like my dad was marrying me off to like Victor or somebody. I don't know. Somebody very Russian, and that's fine. He's a very talented artist, my dad.
We will talk about war and peace.
Oh.
Charlie's like, that's lovely. Who is that guy?
Is that an old boyfriend? No.
No.
All right.
Charlie, I promise.
All right, so guys, once again, Omar and Paula, tell them where they can check out Fictional Fares and support it.
You can find us at Fictional Fares, that's Fares, on Twitter and Instagram, or tinyurl.com/fictionalfares, which I'm sure they'll put the link somewhere there, and follow along on the campaign. So, you get the word out. Hopefully we'll know in like a week or so if we can make it right now.
For the next week, we're going to be having a ton of content go up, specifically on Instagram and Twitter. Keep an eye on those. And speaking of Tomb Raider, you might see some production value at a video that's going up on Friday where Mr. Vince Casso and I might have shot something in front of the Tomb Raider premiere that was going on in the background.
Which you might know Vince from the Guild. Indeed. And if you want to tune in on next Saturday, we're going to be doing a live stream on St. Patrick's Day. So you could actually see a bunch of us, and maybe we'll steal some of these awesome improv games. So
I also think I read earlier today, for those that are watching live, that you might have an AMA tomorrow as well, Omar. Did I see that right?
Yes, Omar.
That's correct.
With JBI, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be answering a lot of questions, and I can't believe anyone would trust us with an AMA. So this is going to be really interesting.
What is it?
It's going to be very fun, so please bring your questions.
What is an AMA?
I'll send out the link on Twitter.
Ask Me Anything.
Oh, thank you. All
That's what it
right.
stands for. So yes, you can. They do them on Reddit and otherwise. So little people, presidents and things have done them even. But much like Omar and JBI.
Sweet, awesome. All right, folks, and once again, here on your screen is where you can follow Paula and Omar. Paula's at Paula_Rhodes, and Omar is just at Omar Najam, his name. There you go.
Yep,
for
keep
Twitter.
It simple.
Yep.
That's for Twitter, right? Those are the Twitter links. There you go.
Cool.
All right,
Awesome,
cool.
guys.
And Blair, where can they check you and Hoopod out?
You can find me at Blair Beveridge. It's Beveridge instead of the drink. No idea how they thought that would be pronounced beverage instead of beverage. Anyway, as well as you can find me at Hoopod, and our RSS feed is hoopod.podbean.com. Check us out. We do a lot of interviews with people with the Team Human community, which is a community that's focused around Felicia Day and her brother Ryan's kind of internal streaming community. But we've also started to branch out into radio serials. We're currently doing one called Harley Human. Joey, who's in chat, is one of our characters.
Cool.
And she plays a kind of 1930s film noir detective, and we just lace it full of geeky references. So I'm actually I'm editing episode 3 right now. I'm hoping to have it up by the end of the month. It's a lot of fun. Come check us out.
Awesome. And folks, remember, you can, of course, get all our stuff at supergeekedup.com. We are Super Geeked Up on YouTube and Twitter and most other places. Please subscribe to us. Tell your friends about us. We really appreciate it. And remember, if you're in upstate New York area, April 4th to the 6th, 6th to the 8th, April 6th to the 8th, we'll be at Empire State Comic Con doing our Geeky Shenanigans live on stage. And again, and if you can always support us on Patreon as well. That's patreon.com/supergeekedup. That's also on the homepage of our site. Huge thanks to Omar and Paul. Thank you guys. You were a blast. You were awesome. Really
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
And thank you, Blair, again, of course, co-hosting the last 2 episodes. In the chat, Catnip Ninja, which is one of my favorite names, says, "Did I miss the whole thing? I'm sorry, Catnip." Yes, you are just ending. However,
no, it'll be archived.
Yes, thank you for viewing. And you know what?
You're a wizard. You arrived just on time.
You're right. You can go back and rewatch the whole thing right now, which I suggest you do because Paul and Omar were hilarious in the games we played.
They were. They really were.
They were great. So guys, yes, go support Fictional Fares, and thank you guys for watching. Everybody in the chat, you know, the show is really awesome because of you guys and all your great comments and questions. We appreciate you very much.
True story.
Thank you for everybody who's watching in post. We will be back next Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, for some more shenanigans, and I hope you join us. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night. Or morning.